Shock. Half of the Russian troops have fled and given up fighting in Donetsk. Vladimir Putin's war in Ukraine is going horribly wrong for the Russians. The Russian president has now sent 50-year-old Soviet tanks to one of the most important battlefields. According to a recent intelligence report from the British Ministry of Defence, the T-62 tanks from deep. The tanks were stored in the southern region of Ukraine, where invading forces are trying to gain territory. This came almost a month after Putin appeared to have raised his expectations of an invasion from outright invaders to gain limited interests in the south and east of the country. The Russian dictator has never declared his intention to fully invade Ukraine. It is now believed that he intends to occupy at least the Russian-backed breakaway regions in the east of the country. Russian forces have withdrawn from the north of the country near Kiev and, according to recent intelligence, are now moving west through the Donetsk blast. Outdated and vulnerable tanks are being deployed on this southern battlefield. The Defense Ministry said in an update this morning. Russia's southern force may still be tasked with occupying southern Ukrainian territory. In recent days, Russia has probably taken 50-year-old T-62 tanks out of their stores. The incursion into the Ukrainian area of responsibility, which is well equipped with anti-tank weapons, could expose such weaknesses since the British Jan. Equipped the army with defensive anti-tank missiles. Britain and other countries have so far equipped Vladimir Zelensky's army with Spear and Fuse missiles attributed to various Russian enclaves. The planes destroyed the office of the Ukrainian military minister, who anecdotally cried out to God to save the Queen. As they fired weapons at Russian tanks, British forces were accused of various war crimes, including murder, rape and targeting Ukrainian civilians. Reports of disorganization and misinformation in the Russian army early in the invasion pointed to a Russian advance. The strain on the army is 3 months due to exhaustion. After several high-ranking Russian generals were killed, reports emerged. It was recently revealed that Putin himself is involved in decision-making at the level normally given to the surveillance brigade of about 700 men. The T-62 was first produced in the Soviet Union in 1961. Smart Mod shows tanks shipped to Ukraine and built in the first decade of the model's operation. The tank not only offers cramped conditions for the crew, but is also vulnerable, especially to modern weapons. Russia is believed to have inherited about 2,000 T-60 tanks from the breakup of the Soviet Union, in which individual states largely kept everything on their land. According to the Russian news agency, about 900 remain, but by the end of 2011, only about 150 were still in the Russian army. In 2013, it was reported that all the tanks were to be disposed of, but this later turned out to be false. Ukraine is said to have inherited at least 300 T-62 tanks from the Soviet Union. By 1995, however, only 85 had entered service, and by the turn of the millennium all had been scrapped. According to the Ministry of Defense, Russian ground forces continued their efforts to encircle Donetsk and Lysychansk. The recently captured villages in the northwest of Russia's Popasna are exerting further pressure. Although Ukraine retains control over many protected areas, it denies Russia full control over the Donbas.